Rebecca. Starting off with the questions that most of you guys ask. How do you become so open about your faith? Honestly, it's so easy to be open about your faith online. The worst that can happen is you lose a lot of subscribers, people dislike your video, and yada yads. But the real challenge is just being open about it in person. For me, it really happened because it's this whole mindset that I don't live for people's approval at all. My life is to please the Lord, and I want to share God's message. I want to share and help other believers grow in their faith. And so with that mindset, I just go out and share it. The next plentiful question: how do you have strong faith? What do you do to have strong faith? It's a discipline. It really is. So it's the little things that really count, that really help and grow. You don't work out this intensive workout one day and become all bulky and fit and tone. It takes little by little increments. That's what I think. Faith is like a muscle that needs to be worked out so it can become stronger and stronger. How do you hear God's voice? Is it a whisper? Is it a thought? The Bible is living and breathing, and so God speaks to me through the Bible. Sometimes it's me directly reading the Bible, and it's like so relevant, so hard-hitting. It's like the Lord literally wrote that second for me. And sometimes it's just remembering something from the Bible, and it's just God speaking to you. That's just how it is. It's not gonna be like, Rebecca, make this video. How do you keep a positive, godly heart towards people who have wronged you so badly and truly don't deserve it? The only tip that I can give you is just pray for them. Pray for their heart and pray goodness for them. Through that, I feel like your heart changes as well. Is it bad if you sin knowing you can just ask God for forgiveness afterwards? Yes, because you are taking God's grace to your own advantage, and that is not good. What if you're a Christian and you love this person who is not a Christian? Can you marry a non-Christian when you love him so much? I don't think that would be a wise thing to do. Do I think it's possible to love someone who is not a Christian when you are? Yes, absolutely. There have been cases where a successful turnout, whereas a Christian and a non-Christian would marry and then they would become Christian. The Bible gives warnings about those kind of relationships, so I would be wise and listen to those. Alice asked, do you have any advice on how to be confident in your faith and feeling comfortable with stepping out to serve? Just go out and do it. I know that sounds hard, but that's really the first step, is just going out and doing it, regardless of how you feel. This is not really related to you, Alice, but if you contribute to how you feel and how much work you put out, it's never gonna work out well, because there are gonna be days where you just don't feel like serving, you don't feel like loving, you don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel like working out. But if you let your feelings dictate those things, that is never good. And that's just a quick message for all those people that feel like, I don't feel God, he's not, I don't feel him, he doesn't feel like he's close to me. But if you constantly rely on that feeling of closeness, then that is not good. Your faith, it's not based on a feeling, just like love. Talk about renewing the mind and not conforming to the worldly ways, and do it practically. It's mainly just feeding myself God's truth, because the world tells you so many different type of lies, and if you're always just in the world, then you're gonna forget God's truth. Do you have any advice for introverts who struggle to see the importance of fellowship in the church? Why, yes, I do. If you look at Jesus did have a time where he was alone, but he also had times where he was out with his disciples and making relationships and going out to eat in other people's houses and all that. And he were making relationships, and through that he was sharing the gospel. Yes, he had a time where he was to himself and he would pray, which is important, but he didn't always give in to that tendency. So when you look at Jesus' lifestyle, you see an example that we should take upon ourselves as well. Okay, here's another one. I get a lot. I'm gonna address it right now. What denomination are you? I don't identify myself with a denomination. I don't go around saying I'm Methodist or I'm Baptist or I'm Presbyterian or anything like that, because I don't think the church that I go to says I am this. But since you guys are so curious, I go to my dad's church, which is a Baptist church. Do I call myself a Baptist and say, oh, I'm a Baptist? What are you? No, I do not. I am a follower of Christ, and that is what I identify myself with. And yeah, that's all the questions we have for today. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.